Brother Ashraf, in the teaching, you focus a lot on purpose and living purposefully and the extent we can use purpose in our life. Can you please expand on this? Thank you.
Thank you so much for that question, Maz. I'm very big on purpose. I, like many teachers, encourage that we live consciously, and to live consciously means to live purposefully. Purposely or purposefully. And that means to be deliberate in life. Rather than operate by default, we can be deliberate. So what does that mean? Again, it comes back to living consciously, living superconsciously, and living supraconsciously. That's what it comes back to. And if you are living by default, that means automatically maintaining who you've been, continuing to be like how you've always been, continuing to make the same choices that you've always made, having the same experiences in life you've always had. If you are perpetuating who you've been, how you've lived, how you've interacted, what you've experienced, and what that means is that you are operating by default. It's like a default setting. You just got a setting, unconscious default setting, and you are operating from that unconscious default setting. So we are talking about becoming conscious, and that means deliberate. That means actually reflecting and thinking for ourselves, becoming aware of what is meaningful for us, what is purposeful for us, and thus then living deliberately, clarifying, becoming more and more clear, becoming aware, and actually clarifying and choosing. So yes, purpose is very important. So we are together here and on purpose. And what is our purpose? To elaborate on the teaching that was rendered in the Universal Bliss Seminar number 1 on the 4th of July 2020, and this is the 3rd track, and we are elaborating on it. That's our purpose. So we've come together today for the purpose of elaborating on that material for the benefit of ourselves and the listeners, fellow students, and others as well. So we are operating purposefully. If we didn't decide what is possible and didn't value what was possible, if we didn't become aware of what we can do, what we can engage in, and what we can apply ourselves in, if we live without that level of awareness of that option, that opportunity, that potential, that possibility, that what can we be and what can we become, for what purpose, what contribution that we can make, what is the skills we can acquire to make that, how do we want to relate. So these are all important questions in becoming purposeful. Who am I now? Who do I want to be? How am I being now? How do I want to become? What is it that I want to add value to me? What value do I want to add to me, my body, my life, society? What do I want to contribute to me, my body, my life, other people? What contribution do I want to make? How do I want to relate to me, my body, my life, projects, contribution to others? How do I want to relate? What can I learn? How can I develop myself further? So this is being purposeful generally. So we can be purposeful that we choose to learn, to become more aware, that we are undertaking a transformation. And that's what students are doing through doing this 10-part Universal Bliss pilot program, Empowering Truth Teachings pilot program. We are really supporting a transformation, slowly shifting our focus, becoming aware, clarifying, becoming clear, that what can we be and become beyond how we've been being, and how can we become that? What can we do to support what we want to be, become, live, and experience, and the experiences we want. So it's all about becoming purposeful, living with purpose, every day becoming more and more clear, every day looking at options, every day looking at opportunities, becoming aware which ones please us, and what we're going to do with the rest of our life. And it's no secret, as I've explained it in previous interviews, that my purpose in life, I believe that we are alive so that we can go beyond trances, that we can go beyond limitation, self-imposed limitation, go beyond unconsciousness, that we can actually champion spiritual empowerment, that we can experience ourselves as being more and more spiritually empowered, less and less needy, more and more secure, less and less like a beggar, living less and less like a beggar, living more and more as a believer, as a boss, non-needy, secure. And that's part of my purpose. My purpose is to support my own greater levels of security, spiritual empowerment, and to support others in their path to greater levels of security and spiritual empowerment. And secondly, that it's to go beyond relating like a child in life and relate as an adult, not just a grown-up, as an adult, to relate powerfully, to operate in a caring for myself, my body, my life, and other people way, and to let other people care for me and receive caring. You see, so I live purposefully to go beyond insecurity to experience greater and greater levels of security. I live purposefully to go beyond self-abandonment and to be more self-full. And thus then I can go beyond being a victim and believing that I got no role to play in my life, things are just happening to me. I can go beyond that into a vicegerent, that I have God to invoke. I can ask and receive. I can invoke and have God respond. And to live creatively, to own that creative power that is the feature of my spirit, my spiritual existence. That's what I choose. So I choose to support greater levels of spiritual empowerment, personal empowerment, and creative empowerment. And I believe that the more I go beyond the trances and challenge the trances, the more freer I accept, as I accept the truth beyond the trances, I accept the truth beyond the trances, and I experience greater freedom, greater liberation, greater faith and greater fulfillment. I am doing the only work on the planet that we can do that is a real success. Beyond learning to fix up, cell phones and take a case through court and learning all these kind of schooling competencies. This is really education in the fullest of what it means, enlightenment, to go beyond limitation and lack, the illusory experiences of disease, poverty, to go beyond insecurity, powerlessness, and deprivation. The illusions that they are, that it's just that we don't know truth and we're not living truthfully, and that's why we have the situation of the illusory experience of insecurity, powerlessness, and deprivation. So, my work is really about supporting me and others, those of us who are really interested in challenging the trances through accepting truth, to do that. And that's my purpose. And we can have the purpose to champion security, champion self-fullness, and champion satisfaction, and to support that, to undo the beliefs that hold us back from our natural experience of security, self-fullness, and satisfaction, and to support the experiences of security, self-fullness, and satisfaction more and more. So that for me is the purpose of life, and that is through acceptance of truth. There is really only God. We are the creation of God, in the care of God, God the beyond, the before, because of whom we are, the real. There really is only God. We don't really exist. We are created beings in a created world. Our Creator alone is the uncreated, unproduced, the one that really exists, the one that is ever living, everlasting, ever existing, undying, cannot be destroyed, the invincible, the indefeatable. To actually experience our security, our okayness with God, and enjoying, supporting ease, quality of experience in life, that we can experience ease, joy, and enjoyment of our being, and the quality of living, and to open up to a higher quality of living and receive the support for that higher quality of living. That's for me the purpose of life, and this is what I support others in living. So thank you so much as well for that question.